Viruskiller. Real-time air decontamination technology. The real-time bit is important because it's always working. You leave it on. So in between cleaning, it's always working. It's stopping surface settlement. If somebody's breathing out a virus, or they're coughing, or they're sneezing, or they're talking, you're controlling the flow of air. You're taking that virus into a piece of technology, and you're comfortable that our test results tell you that no virus escapes once we get it into our technology. So what's in the air? We've broken it down so it's easy to understand. Dirty air, particulate dust, pollen, dander. Toxic air, VOCs, gases, smoke, fumes. Sick air, viruses, bacteria, mold, fungi. Now, a typical air purifier will try and trap everything it can. That's great for dirty air because you can trap all those particulates, dust, pollen, not ultrafine particles, but most of it. So it's like a Hoover. It's sucking everything into it and trapping it. But when you look at toxic air, gases, VOCs, well, it becomes harder to trap those. Some activated carbon filters will trap an element, but there's difficulties. So you neutralize toxic air. And when it comes to sick air, yes, you can trap bacteria, mold, and fungi in something like a HEPA filter. Does tend to lead to some future problems with sick filter syndromes and things growing on the filter. But viruses, they're not designed to trap viruses. So you do get viral penetration. And then if you think you're sucking something into an air purifier that could potentially release viruses back into the air and into the breathing zone, for me, that's not fit for purpose. If you're going to buy something to try and deal with a problem like viruses, then it needs to show you that in a single air pass, no viruses comes out of the piece of technology that you're using. And that's what Radic8 does. So as we talk, even, bioaerosols are being released. As we eat, lots of studies showing lots of bioaerosols, lots of viruses are being released. It's not just coughing and sneezing. The rest on here can show a single sneeze, 40,000 pathogenic droplets, 3 to 16 hours of airborne time when they are aerosolized droplets. So the challenge is to capture these bioaerosols before they get inhaled or land on any surfaces. Two things that are needed for that. Firstly, we have to control the flow of air. So that's airflow engineering that we have to look at within our clean air technologies. How does the air flow in a room? How do we take it out of the breathing zone? How do we then get it to a piece of our clean air technology? And then how do we kill any of those pathogens in the air before we release clean air back into the breathing zone? That's the key difference. There's 2 points there. One is controlling the flow of air. Two is a single air pass kill rate of viruses. Those are the unique selling points of Radic8. Purification, as we mentioned, tries to trap everything. A certain amount of toxic air and dirty air, that's what that's good for. So air purifiers definitely have their place in the market, but that place isn't for dealing with viruses. We look at the inside of one of our units. This is a VK Medi, one of our large units. You see at the bottom, lots of filters, then a fan. That is an air purifier. Above that, you'll see our reactor chamber. Now, the reactor chamber is the science to the Radic8 technology. It's the heart of the virus killer. And if you, as we do within our technology, take air through a powerful fan and push it past something that is trying to neutralize gases or destroy or neutralize really viruses and bacteria, then our reactor chamber has to work very quickly because you've got a small resonance time there of that air. So our patented technology really, firstly, we amplify the amount of ultraviolet radiation, staged UV lights within the chamber, and then we put it in a reflective chamber. So we amplify the power of those UV lights many, many times. So you get more ultraviolet radiation. We use something called titanium dioxide, and the combination of ultraviolet light and titanium dioxide creates a radical, hydroxyl radicals. Unlike ozone, hydroxyl radicals last a split second. So nothing is emitted from the chamber. All the reaction happens within the chamber. And so we don't release ozone, we don't release anything into the environment. So it's totally safe in all indoor environments. Hydroxyl radicals are the most oxidative agent on the planet. So they will oxidize anything going through that chamber. And then the ultraviolet radiation will break the RNA of viruses or the DNA of bacteria. So we have multiple stage UV lights and lots of these titanium dioxide coated filters. The combination is a chamber that's full of UV radiation and oxidization from the PCO process. And that really is our pattern. It's very, very different to saying there's a UV light in an air purifier, because it just won't work. You're pushing the air past it too quickly. So our chambers are the same in all of our technology. They're just sized to deal with the amount of airflow that's going through that technology. Airborne viruses go into our technology, clean, virus-free air comes out. In an air purifier, airborne viruses go in, and some of those will come out. And really going back to this single air pass. So the difference between an air purifier and Radic8 technology, it is a single air pass to deactivate any viruses that come through there. Multiple air passes it takes for an air purifier, which if you're releasing viruses into the breathing zone, you can then infect people, and it's a source of cross-contamination. So two big takeaways. One, controlling the flow of air. With Radic8, you will get somebody that advises you, this is the piece of technology that is best for this environment or for this room. Number two, this is best where to place that technology within that space, so we control the flow of air. And within that single air pass, then once we get the air into that piece of technology, we know that no virus is escaping.